Hey, my name's Josh Miller, coach of the U.S. Youth Fly Fishing Team, former Team USA competitive angler, and I'm out here doing some nymph fishing. Today we're going to talk about the Frisbee Cast. The Frisbee Cast is a cast I use a lot. It's a fun cast that'll help me get under structure, push through wind, and land in a connected manner to help me to see very fast bites. I use a lot of lightweight leaders, and they can be difficult to cast at times. What I look for in a rod is how the rod bends and flexes that'll help me to load those lightweight leaders and cast at a distance. The Thomas & Thomas Contact 3 does it really well. To do the Frisbee cast, we use a side arm cast using a low angle with water tension on both the rear and forward parts of the cast. To Frisbee cast, we cast downstream with the fly tightly connected to the rod tip. If the fly has sunk, it must get to the surface of the water before flicking it forward. So the first movement we do is slowly push your rod towards the target. That movement will lift the fly to the surface and also start to bend the rod, starting to load the rod. Once the fly is to the surface, I do a flick forward with my finger on the side of the rod, similar to how you throw a Frisbee. This is why it's called the Frisbee cast. As I rotate forward, it's also important to keep the rod on a level plane with the water, with the surface of the water. If you have a rotation movement upwards, a light leadered system will also quickly jump high, first potentially going into the trees, and second, losing accuracy, especially with the wind. So it's important to keep the rod level with the water as you go forward and rotate with your finger on the side of the rod. To keep the rod low, I found that the grip is very important. A traditional grip with a thumb on top often has a high rod angle. Although it's possible to do the cast, I found it's much easier to use your pointer finger on the side of the cork, your middle finger supporting the weight of the rod, and the thumb and ring finger also gently gripping the rod. When you move the rod forward, this is similar to throwing a Frisbee, with your finger leading the way. This is a loose grip. When you cast forward, you can also squeeze the rod at the end of your flick, stopping that rod very fast, releasing the energy, and helping to push that fly through the wind at a low angle. It's really fun when everything's balanced, especially when using a lightweight system. I can add a little haul and do even less movement and be able to cast pretty far. To cast, I gently move forward, bending the rod tip, accelerating with that flick, and also adding a little haul.